What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at something that I was excited for this, but once we unboxed it and got it all into vehicle mode, I was kind of a little sketchy with it, but could be worse. Could be worse. Anyways, today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Elita-1. So, there it is. But y'all know the rules. We don't take a look at the figure first. We don't do that. No, of course we don't. We take a look at the packaging first. And the packaging is quite interesting. We got a nice image of Elita-1. We got her in a Cybertron motorcycle or Cybercycle or whatever the heck it's called. And Tesla, if you decide to steal that from me, then I don't even know if that's a trademarkable word or not. I have no idea. But anyways, and it also shows the scene of where they found the primes. That's her cogless. So it says Elita-1 is a team leader who gets the job done no matter the cost. Yes and no. I don't know if you guys saw the movie or not, but that'd be a yes or a no. So, and we have the CG image of this here, because this is not what the actual thing looks like on the back of the packaging. Speaking of which, we're going to remove said packaging, and we're going to bring the figure right on in. And I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with some of this, okay? There are things about this that I'm impressed with, there are things about this that I'm very disappointed with, and there are things that I am very, very, very happy with. Okay? The one thing I'm very happy with is that they are sticking true to the Cybertronian molds, and they actually are getting more and more creative with them, and I gotta say, this is really, really nice. So, anyways, let's take a quick look at her accessories, which she does come with a couple. She comes with the same rifle that came with B-127, only this time it's gray and painted a little bit silver, and it has an adjustable handle. Why it has an adjustable handle, I have no idea. I genuinely don't know. So, and to store this, basically, you just you can either pop it into this port here, which I don't recommend you do because it's pretty tight, but you can take the bit here and you can kind of just wedge it on in there, and it kind of works out like that. And then the second accessory she comes with, I'm actually kind of pleased we finally have one of these, but at the same time, I wish we had more. She comes with a jetpack. Now, if you guys don't remember, and by the way, this is kind of a spoiler alert, to which, by the way, if you have not seen the movie, go get yourself a subscription to Paramount Plus. They don't pay me to tell you that. I promise you, it's worth the watch. But the Autobots can't fly. So they have to use, or maybe not even the Autobots, the cogless bots have no way of transport, so they always use jetpacks. And you can store this on her as well, although I think it's a little ridiculous. To store it on her, there are these two tabs right here and here, and you're just going to take the jetpack and just kind of line it up as best you can with how it's supposed to be. And take note, these are the only two tab ports on this figure that actually work. This turns into the chest, not the chest, this turns into the back. This tab port does not work. I don't know why it does not work, but it does not work. Because every single time I've tried, at the very least, and on camera, to get this thing to go in properly, it don't wanna. So I can't fix that. So anyways, we're going to remove the accessories, and we shall get her into scale comparisons, because you all know we love that. So here she is with the Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, which I think is quite a nice little bit they're doing here. So we're going to move this out of the way. Next one we have is we got Studio Series Bumblebee. Quite interesting to see the fact that she's, she actually kind of respects him in the end. Here we have Studio Series Transformers 1 Megs. So, gotta say I'm quite pleased with how this is all coming together. So, and finally, we have her next to Studio Series Sentinel Prime, which I think is quite nice. That being said, I'm very pleased to have all four of the main characters together. So, we will get a family portrait of them at the end of the video. So, without further ado, let's get her transformed and into her robot mode. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to kind of come to these arm sections, and you're just going to kind of pull it down and just kind of bring it down like so, like that. I mean, there's no real easy way to do that. You just kind of have to. And then it loosens up this shoulder bit, which you're going to basically kind of just pull it out just a hair, and then you want it looking something like this. Do the same thing on the other side. Just pull down, or lift that up and then pull the hand down, then pull the arm down. Make sure all of this comes this way like so, and then we're going to flip up, or flip, yeah. We're going to flip the port out. That's supposed to be there. And then we're going to take the wheels, and we're going to figure out which way you need to fold them. But you need to fold these wheels. Not particularly the nicest or easiest thing to do. And then you have to basically kind of make sure they stay put together somehow. It's not easy, but yeah. So as soon as that happens, you're going to come to this head section, and you're going to just basically kind of make sure the wheels are all in an oriented spot, and there are tabs on these grooves. They are very, very, very loose, or at least this one is loose, this one is right. This one's correct, this one's loose. So I don't know if that's going to be the case for every figure. I doubt it, but I don't know. So then we'll rotate the head, make sure the arms look properly done, take the backpack, take it, fold it all the way up. This piece right here. This piece right stinking here. There we go. Has issues staying put. So basically, that's going to go there. And then this is going to go right here. And this is all supposed to tab in on the backpack right here, and it's supposed to tab in and secure everything properly. However, it doesn't. I also forgot a step. You're supposed to take this, fold it in, and then you're supposed to collapse that down. And now we're on the legs in the home stretch. So take the legs, you're going to split them. I like to do this just to get it out of the way first, and because I have 0 fingernails, fold the heel spurs down as best you can. And then take them, they're on a double hinge, you're going to extend them one more time. And then you're going to take this leg and or foot section, bring it all the way down. It has a nice little thoop into place, and it locks in just perfectly. Then you're going to come to the shin section or the knee pad, like so, and you're just going to take it and you're going to rotate it over her shin, like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Nice little thoop. Flip up the shin pad. Fold this all the way around, straighten everything out, and again we're gonna attempt this. Oh, it actually freaking fits. Now it wants to. It's only because the camera's on. It's only because said camera is on. And again, I don't understand why this thing has an angular handle, but whatever. And anyways, there you have Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Deluxe Class Elita-1 in her robot mode. And I gotta say, the robot mode is so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Now take note, the reason why I say that is because the paint doesn't do justice on the back of the cover art. On the back of the box with the CGI cover art, it's like a more dull grayish kind of like light, like maybe like a very grayish pink. So I am very glad that they decided to not go with this route and they decided to go this route instead. I'm not grateful for the fact that it doesn't have as much paint, but at the same time, I do appreciate the fact that they did give us this image to start, but this is what they gave us. So this is a plus in Hasbro's direction. Considering the fact that they're going to be raising the prices of Deluxe classes, Leader classes, and Voyager classes here pretty soon, this would be definitely one that I would 100% recommend y'all pick up. So, that being said, let's get her into the scale comparisons. We'll get into our final thoughts one more time, and then we shall rank her and end the video. So, anyways, here she is next to Optimus Prime, which I quite do dig. Do think it's nice. Here she is next to B-127, or Bumblebee. Here she is next to Megs. And finally, here she is next to Sentinel Prime. Alright, so let's get this family photo started here. I am super pleased that we've even got all of this stuff. Not to mention there's one extra little thing I would like to point out before we continue this video. The jetpack is compatible with all of them. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. So, I'm going to remove her jetpack, and I'm going to put her off to the side here. Not all off to the side, but you'll notice that there are multiple different tab points all over this. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this one, and it's going to tab right up against Bumblebee here. So that way, you know, he can still wear the jetpack. You know, quite pleased about that. And you can do the same thing with Megatron. There is a tab right here, and there's a spot right there where it can just literally pop right on in. So that way now, fully, you know, we could possibly recreate the scene. You know, you know what scene? You know that scene I'm talking about. This is the problem though with Megatron, is that it does not want to come off of his backpack unless you untab the whole thing or unpeg the whole thing, and it's just frustrating. So. Straighten that one out. And then the final one is Optimus Prime, and these two wider ports are the ones that you're going to want to shove into his back. So now everybody can wear the jetpack, and, you know, granted it's a shared jetpack, but still. Alright. And not to mention, I think these guys look amazing together. I'm so excited to have the main characters of Transformers 1 in my collection now, and I'm pretty sure the majority of everybody else is too. Now, moving on to Elita-1. We're going to remove these guys here real quick, and then we shall move on to Elita-1. Now, this figure, am I going to say it's a good figure? Yes. Am I going to say its transformation is good? No. The transformation was absolutely bananas in how much I'm not real too thrilled about that. Not to mention, I'm fairly certain I transformed her wrong entirely, but I don't know. The instructions were not very clear because Hasbro did not include the ones that I had with, or maybe they did, I don't remember. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, well, I guess they did. But anyways, so I can't say that transformation was great. In fact, this bugs the crap out of me so stinking much that they're just free-floating wheels all in here, and the thinnest of thin tab slots is what you guys gave us to completely secure the chest. I am not real thrilled about that. That is something I am very, very, very disappointed with. So I'm not too thrilled about that. The other thing was, I don't understand this. If somebody could really truly give me an explanation as to why this exists and why it has the bendable hand or the adjustable handle, can someone please tell me, because I am extremely confused about it. So, yeah. Anyways, that being said, where does this figure rank and fall into that category? Well, I'm going to rank this figure, I wouldn't rank it exceedingly high, but I definitely would rank it a little higher than most figures who have cancerous transformations. Now, I'm going to say this can be probably, I can sum this up with one number, and it's a solid number, and it's a solid 7. Now, the reason I say it's a solid 7 is because the robot mode cleans up quite nicely. The backpack, very minimal. The accessories are compatible with the other figures, so I can't complain about all of that. There's not really much else to really complain about other than the fact that the transformation just sucked, and I have no idea why this weapon exists. Not the fact that the weapon exists, because take note, we did get the other one with B-127, and that was just a static black rifle. So I don't understand this, and I'm going to choose not to. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with a Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Alexander Rothschild, Patrick's Voice Rail, Riveted Railfan, Riveted Reviews, Lemon Lime Studios, Kitten Cat 999, Zaga the Animator, Trooster2, Gordon the Glowworm, and oh what the heck, we'll throw him out there, Sentinel Edits as well. So anyways, You guys definitely, if you want to engage with me a little bit more on the weeks, or during the week, we do a live stream once a week. So if you guys are interested in doing those, definitely go hit that subscribe button, the like button, wherever the heck it is on this bit here. And don't forget to do all of that things, because I definitely do care about my subscribers. I definitely do. In fact, the live stream that I just had proves it. So if you guys really do want to interact with me and get your name shouted out and get a little bit more free publicity, just let me know. So anyways, this is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.